Good morning, it's Dr. James. Hey, I hope you're off to a beautiful start today. It's so great to see you. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. And this morning, I also want to add thank you for your courage. This morning's message is going to ask of you to stay courageously present for the next 2 minutes. Because this is a message that is not easy to necessarily really embrace because it's not comfortable, but it's absolutely necessary. I have been thinking long and hard most of my adult life about the way that I love and the way that I'm willing to love in a way that is not connected to whether or not it's going to work out. So much of my early adulthood, and definitely when I was a child, I think love for me was something I yearned for. I couldn't wait to spread. And then I started to realize it may not come back to me. It actually may be judged. And sometimes love hurt because it wasn't reciprocated. So I started really understanding the power of my ego as I moved into my teens, my early 20s, which was basically, I want to know whether or not it's going to be safe to love. And I'll love as soon as I know the environment is going to receive it. That person's going to allow it and potentially give it back to me, or at the very least, not judge me. When you look around the world today, I'm seeing myself have this wrestling match. The psychology of whether or not I'm going to allow it to come through me, in me and as me, just that unbridled, filterless love, battling against whether or not I can fully let it come out because I'm concerned whether or not I will be judged for being that far out with my love. And then I pray. And I pray every single day. I say, you know what, James? Have the courage to love without a filter. In fact, be on purpose. Don't worry about the outcome. That to me is the spiritual warrior nature of true, wild, wonderful love. It's the kind of love where there is no filter, there is no ego, there is no wondering whether or not it's going to come back to me because all you care about is whether or not you are putting it out. And there's so much good research today that talks about the fact that when we are on purpose and not on outcome, when we don't get caught up in whether or not it's going to work, the ego gets removed and the joy that has no connection to whether or not it works out. And frankly, it just says, you know what? The beauty is the purpose of being in the present moment and doing what comes natural. It is natural for you and I to love without a filter. It is natural for you and I to circulate love based on the purpose that is our human nature and to allow the outcome to be removed so we can be all that we came here to be and we can present the highest version of ourselves. This is scary good. This is the kind of wake-up kind of love that requires a level of a warrior nature that is so deeply embedded in the heart that when you start to do it, I promise you, you won't be able to stop. I'm working on this right alongside of you, and I know this may not be popular, and I know this is wildly and wonderfully uncommon, but we need to make this normal. We need to have this kind of love be normal. We need to be that courageous and that connected to the spiritual nature of what love is really all about. Because love will win always when it's on purpose and not on outcome. So with that, thank you for being you and loving out loud. I love you. Peace and blessings. Bye for now.